What? I want men. I want big, meaty men slapping meat who are oiled up. None of this women shit. WWE, AEW, New Japan, TNA. Those are probably the Mount Rushmore of current wrestling companies. Some could argue Ring of Honor, but they'd be wrong. Ring of Honor's not on TV. But regardless, wrestling fans like wrestling, no matter what kind you are. There's three I've came across. One's the internet wrestling community, which sucks, right? Then you have the casuals who watch one, maybe two promotions. They definitely don't catch every weekly show, but they try to watch the monthly pay-per-views, or at least the big ones like the Royal Rumble or All In. And then you have the die-hard wrestling fans. You have that go see the independent shows, major or minor. And regardless of what kind of fan you are, I think we've all been a casual fan at one point. Like, I doubt anyone's been watching Raw weekly since the 90s. And if you have, holy, like, cheers to you. But I was lucky to go and be a diehard wrestling fan for once and go to an MLP, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling show, specifically tapings for their new show on TSN. It's called Mayhem. And it was honestly really fun. I enjoyed myself. Me and my mom went. It was a two-nighter, and there was a bunch of big guests like Billy Gunn, Rhino, John Morrison was there, TJP, Jay Lethal. That was pretty cool. Subculture, grizzled young veterans. PCO, I think he's a regular at MLP though. And Zach Gowen, that was awesome. I'm not going to go every single match, not because I sworn into secrecy, and because these are pre-tapes and they won't be released until July 15th at midnight on a Tuesday, in case you have nothing better to do. No, I just didn't want to talk about it because I doubt the 2 subscribers that watch this video are wrestling fans. Probably a lot of people like Valorant or dinosaurs. They're cool. But yeah, this is a weird video. I haven't planned anything. I am yapping because at this event, there's 2 things that pissed me off. One, which is not really anyone's fault, is that the crowd kind of sucked. And when you compare it to an AEW or WWE show, yeah, it's gonna suck. You've seen the best, right? Like, I've seen Obsession before the Backrooms. Backrooms was certainly worse, but that's because I seen, like, greatness the week before. But that was honestly not their fault. A lot of these guys did get over. It was a 2-night event, so the first night everyone was like, oh, and then people were like, like, there's this guy, he was my favorite wrestler, I think his name's Tariq, I don't really remember names, but his whole he's a complete jobber. I don't think he's ever won a match. His whole gimmick is punch, kick, chop, and he would just do that and get a bigger action, and then he'll inevitably lose. But that wasn't that bad. The thing that sucked to me is that people are sexist. And so women's wrestling has come a long way. Sometimes their matches aren't as good as the men's. That doesn't mean it's absolute shit. We would always cheer, and since it was pre-tapes, they were like, hey, get up, we're gonna have a televised thing going on, just cheer. And people would cheer. And then the cheering would go down once people saw it was a woman, which I thought was crazy. I'm like, what the hell? And it didn't happen all the time. Like, the first person that came out, typically a heel, would get the biggest reaction because we didn't know what to cheer for. Anywho, but stank. My main problem came during the matches and the people around me. During the matches, everyone cheered less. Like, I was the only one cheering for the longest time. And, like, obviously, it's gonna be weird. Like, they're just running ropes. They're doing the things. And I'm like, oh, right? Specifically night 1, the whole entire crowd wasn't bad. Then the night 2, the crowd was better. The crowd on the hard cam, they were eating everything up. But the people that pissed me off the most were the people I was able to sadly observe very closely. And that was, there was a kid in front of me. I have no idea what he is. And I was contemplating, he's not visibly on the spectrum. There were a couple people there that were noticeable. One did have an accident in his pants, but it was at the end of the show, so it was alright. But this guy was a wrestling fan. 100%. He had a signed Javon Evans t-shirt. So he's been going, he's been to shit. Slammiversary, I take it, because his father was wearing one. But so we would all stand up. We were on the barricade line. So we weren't on camera a lot. We did get high fives from people. But he'd get up, and whenever a woman came out, he'd turn around, whip around to his dad, and act like, ugh, this shit. Like, come on, seriously? Like, he pissed me off. I'm like, these fucking Danny Luna showed up, and this dude's like, well, I'd rather jerk it with sandpaper or have diarrhea, for Christ's sakes. Giselle Shaw, he sat right down. She's the women's champion. Huh. It's okay. It's okay. It's not okay. This guy's sexist. I don't like him. And honestly, I don't think he liked me either. I was cheering the whole time, and he kept leaning over, like, "Can you bitch shut up?" And I'm like, "No." There's also another match. I don't know their names. Their pictures will be up. This girl named Taylor versus this girl. I liked her. She was alright. This Taylor person, she's the heel. And she's obviously doing crowd work, like, ooh, boo, 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 boo. There's this guy, middle-aged, balding, built more than me, front row, and said, "Hey, Taylor, something's rising in my pants." And my mom, she was like, "Dude." I was like, "What the fuck, guy?" He pissed me off. It's just like the audacity. And there's little girls around too, right? There's this girl that sat next to it. She wasn't big into wrestling, but she showed up for her dad and whatnot. And she's like, "Why are they booing? Why are they saying that stuff?" And half of that is what she said made me sad. First off, she was the heel. She was getting heat. Everyone booed her because everyone kind of knew. But that broke my heart. There was a little girl. She's gonna be on. If any of you guys stay up till 12 a.m. on a Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, there's this little girl, and she was cheering this whole time. And what made it even sadder was Giselle Shaw, I think's a heel. I have no idea. But people would boo Giselle Shaw. And it was the final match the final main event of the night. It was Danny Luna versus Giselle Shaw. There's 2 other matches. I think it might have been the PCO match against some guy, but it was a squash. And then they had a tag team match just for the people to go home happy and whatnot. But I'd give it to her. She was screaming. Everyone was like, "Danny Luna, Giselle Shaw." That was all her. She started a movement. I started cheering for Giselle Shaw. I was like, hell yeah. But no, I just really hated it because there's women. The women's evolution, it started 11 years ago. Maybe. More than 10. And these doofuses are still treating them like objects. It pissed me off. When the women would come out, the guy in front of me, he'd act like he just realized that Nat King Cole, or whatever his name is a black person and not a white person. That's what it was. It was really bad. I was like, whoa. These sexist motherfuckers. And that just really pissed me off. That's no hate to MLW. It was an awesome show. I might go again. They're going to do more tapings the 7th and 8th. And where it was too free parking and accessibility. Not really accessibility, but compared to London, to get to that stadium, you had to drive through downtown. Parking's horrible. Here, it is right off the 401. I might transfer to St. Clair College. Like, I don't know what I'd do, but I might. My marks are bad enough that I could just restart. But yeah, this is a weird video. This is off the cuff. Maybe even no editing. But yeah, I just hate people that are sexist. While I'm at it, I hate racists, rapists, and like, come on, just treat everyone equally. Like, geez. Yeah. That's all I have to say about that. Hold on. I'm coming back. There's more stuff I wanted to say. I didn't have a script, but when I was walking my dog, I was coming up with ideas. But this dude, when a girl would come out, turn around, he's like, "Ew, women? That's gross." Like, bro, what the fuck? Sorry. Like, it was just like everyone. It was like, why you women? What's wrong? What? I want men. I want big, meaty men slapping me who are oiled up. None of this women shit. Like, God, what? And the Danny Luna and Giselle Shaw match, that was the best match of the night. There were contenders. The Subculture versus the tag team champions was pretty good. There was a fatal 4-way tag. It was all right. They're the Johnny TV, JTB, Evil Uno, and some guy. They had a good match. No, Danny Luna and Giselle Shaw had the best match of the night. And people, like, that, they won the crowd over, and they deserve it. Everyone was like, oh. Like, obviously, like, if anyone was, like, thinking, like, Danny Luna wasn't going to win. She's a free agent that they bring in just to be like, hey, look at this person you like. They're going for a championship. And, like, they rarely win. I think Mercedes Moné winning titles like that became shocking. But Daryl Hall and John Oates have Say It Ain't So as a song. Wonder if it's like the Oasis band. Anyway. Yeah, Danny Luna and Giselle Shaw had the best match of the night. I bought a shirt. I just came back because, like, what the fuck's wrong with people? If you made it this far, you're probably Nathan who's muted it, or you actually care. Like and subscribe. You don't actually have to subscribe. If you made it this far, consider leaving a like and subscribe. You've watched it this far. Maybe just subscribe and turn the notification thing to none, so you'll never have to see me again. But it looks good for me, and you can feel kind about doing something, or not. I don't care. I'm gonna post more videos, regardless if anyone's seeing this.